All right. So you know who's the dumbass? That's right, you guessed it. You. I'm just kidding. No, it's me because I deleted my workout footage. I had my my squats, my bench press, and then I had my sweet commentary on my little tractor that I bought. I'll put that in tomorrow. I'll just redo it. It's not going anywhere. So, anyways, what we're gonna do? We gotta do some filler content. I'm not cooking today because I already went out and I had some teriyaki. I know what you're thinking. Vegetables. Yeah, that's right. I had vegetables, but you know, what are you gonna do? I mean, if you don't have the vegetables, then you don't have very much food there. And then I had some Japanese chicken balls, which are frankly about 1,000 times lighter than those Chinese ones, those ones you get from those Chinese restaurants, and some miso soup and some rice. And no wonder Asians are so small. No offense, it's not a racist thing, but that's probably a good thing. But anyway, so I gotta drink this whole thing, and we're gonna do it in one take, okay? So it's like 3.5 liters. I'm not gonna do a Badlands chug. All right, maybe an impression. I don't know. Yeah, Badlands chugs. Well, you know, people say taking, you know, this isn't medical advice. This is just an observation, and I don't know anything. I don't know what I'm talking about at all. Okay. So, and frankly, if you're not a doctor, if you don't have a medical degree, then you have no right to. Then you basically have nothing to say about the human body, because doctors are the coolest. My favorite doctor is Anthony Fauci. Good guy, terrific guy. All right. So, anyways, you see this like these guys that do these mukbangs, Nico Cotto, avocado, Badlands chugs. Basically, there's eating a shitload of sugar. Okay, that is way more unhealthy than taking anabolic steroids. Remember, that's not medical advice. That doesn't mean that, you know, it doesn't mean you should take a shot of trenbolone instead of eating your ice cream. Okay. If you when you want to use steroids, you have to be fully committed, because it shuts down your HPTA, and you're going to be all in. Especially if you use tren, because you're going to be, even if, you know, once it gets out of your system, well, it takes 6 months to get out of your system. At least the metabolites are still there for 6 months. It shuts down the hardest, and so you got to be ready for that. That's what I've heard people say. You know, I wouldn't know anything about that stuff. That stuff's bad. That stuff's just straight up bad. Oh, this jug. It's chugging the world. One bottle at a time. Oh man. Shameless fat people. Remember, if you're watching this and you're fat, you're one of the good ones, okay? And you're probably just a little pudgy. You're husky, okay? You're big boned. You're big boned. You got a big abdomen bone, okay? See this right here? This is what I put my mana potions. This is what I put my mana in. So when I'm working, you know, I'm getting a little tired, just, you know, pop one of these. Then I can go back to doing leap attacks and some war cries. Oh, I haven't even dented it. We'll do a gut check when I'm done. If you're bulking, you basically always have a gut. I still got like 2 liters to go. I'm trying to think of something funny to say. Badlands Chugs. If you haven't seen that channel, look it up. Badlands Chugs, and just watch the outro that he has. It's really, it's like it's CGI. It looks so. The CGI is terrible. Okay, it's like someone from Fiverr did it, and but it's still funny because he's standing in the ocean with like a straw that's like a scaled up version of toilet paper roll or a paper towel roll, and he's just draining the ocean. And he's a glober, obviously, once you see the shape of the earth. You know, I saw these 3 photos from NASA. There's one of the 3 of the Apollo missions, one in 1970, one in 1971, and one in 1972. And it was really interesting because in all 3 photos of the Earth, the clouds were exactly the same. Now, that's just a crazy coincidence. Imagine the chances that, you know, C-3PO would know the odds. Imagine being on the space station and just getting to do cool experiments all day. Oh yeah. Like you showing what your hair looks like in 0G. Or what a glass of water looks like in 0G. Man, that's really cool. That's really cool. Good thing NASA gets over something like $70 million a day. And they need every penny of that because, you know, how else would you be able, you know, you guys be able to show people what flying around and bouncing off walls and swimming through the air is like. Oh, man. We'll talk video games because I'm supposed to talk about working out all day. I'll talk about the different angles of the push down bar that I like. And, but anyways. You know, I used to be a World of Warcraft player. I know, it's hard to imagine. You still see World of Warcraft with losers. But there's a couple cool people, and they're both me. And so, World of Warcraft is like the most addicting game probably ever, at least in my experience. And it's, you know, it's obviously it'd have to be fun. And but I played in 2006, and then in Classic, and then in Vanilla, and then Burning Crusade, and then Wrath of the Lich King. I played into Cataclysm. Cataclysm sucks. Everything after Wrath of the Lich King sucks, and even Wrath of the Lich King sucks because they when they came up with patch 3.0, they ruined the balance of the game because they made healers into tanks that could heal, and they made tanks into people that do DPS that also can't be killed. Okay, so the whole balance was just off, and so that just ruined the game. And then they came up with stupid things like vehicles. And what else? You got the Uber cookie cutter class, the Death Knight. That's almost as cookie cutter as a hunter. Although I did play hunter, but I wasn't one of the noob hunters. Which the noob hunters are in the about 99.9% of hunter players are noobs. Like their mechanics are terrible. They play like they're hitting the keyboard with their nose. That's how slow they move. Just because it's that easy, because you get the pet tanking everything. And playing Beast Mastery, you know, it's pretty. The pet can tank a shitload. And then when they came with Classic WoW again in 2019, I started playing again. And then like the role playing aspect of the game was kind of, or like the individuality was kind of gone because everyone was into min maxing. And so if you make a warrior, if you're a horde, you gotta be an orc, okay? Because orc has like a blood fury, and then the resistance to stun. They have weapon specialization in axes, and then also they have second highest strength, but all the other stuff overcomes the like weighs more than the Tauren, which has like 2 more starting strength. But all of the Tauren, you could make a Tauren. There still were a lot of Taurens just because Taurens have high stamina and high strength. But you know, back in the day, people would just play the races that they wanted, and so you'd see like troll warriors, and which, you know, if you want to be different, yeah, that's true. The trolls are really ugly, but you know, some people are into uggos. So yeah, if you're Alliance, if you're a warrior, you gotta play a dwarf, or if you're Alliance, you gotta play a hunter, you gotta play a night elf, because they have higher agility. And if you want to play a warlord, I don't really know too much about the specialization in the other classes, but for hunter, you definitely don't make a Tauren hunter, because trolls have high agility, and orcs have trolls have high agility and I think bow specialization, and then orcs have blood fury, which gives you attack power. Although maybe that's just melee attack power, but they do have, I think they have increased pet damage or something. I can't remember. But anyways, I kind of took a little bit of the fun out of it, and then the players. Oh man, players. You see, if you want to, there's no playing it casually if you want to do well. So if you want to get high into rating, you got to play you got to put in so much time. Just to get to level 60, you're going to put in at least 4 days playtime. Like that's if you're going really fast too. above average, I'd say. All right. The game with the worst. Some games have such a bad player base that I think it might eventually be the downfall of the game. Although we'll have to wait and see. But for where the players are really negative, like they call it, say, toxic. I don't like to say that because it's just really cookie cutter. Is the most toxic players are probably League of Legends. You miss a creep, you get called. It's, yeah. This is going to be you soon. Not the bottle. The suffering. Because you don't want to drink anymore. We'll talk about RuneScape again. So when I played RuneScape, I kind of sucked. But I was still a kid. But there's lots of kids that are better than me. But I remember one time I went PKing, tried PKing, and I was always really nervous because basically the most money I ever had was like 50K, which is just enough to buy my Rune 2-hander. And then if I wanted to get more money, it's because I lost my Rune 2-hander in the wilderness. Okay. So, yeah, I went PKing with my guy, and I had a bunch of salmon. I had salmon and trout. And if I would get in a fight with somebody, then if I needed to heal up, or I'd be really nervous because I wasn't used to it, and so I'd click off and I'd start running away. And because in RuneScape Classic you can't eat, or I don't know what RuneScape 2 or old school. I don't know exactly what's going on. I'm pretty sure you can eat when you're in combat with somebody. But for RuneScape Classic, you got to run away and then start eating. And I would eat way too many salmon and trout, so my bag would be depleted really fast. So if I was deep in the wilderness, I was totally screwed. Some guy said to put RuneScape content into the video. I'm too old for that. I mean, you can start. I don't even know where to start. Why would you watch me instead of the guys that do those those crazy challenges and they know everything about the game? You want to watch a noob? You want to watch a noob? Well, I'm not quite a noob, but I'm one rung above a noob. This might give me my last meal. Let's not have to do too many cuts this time. I was having a hell of a time last night, or this morning, trying to think up a name for the video today because I wasn't feeling very good. I wasn't inspired. All the other names just came to me. Well, the one is just the Bruce Lee quote. Maybe I gotta do one about Sailor Moon. Yeah. There could be that. I don't think there's Sailor Pluto. I could be Sailor Pluto. Oh my goodness. Good. You know, it's good to take a 10-minute walk after a meal, like Stan Efferding says, because not only does it improve your insulin sensitivity and digestion, but it distracts you from feeling like total shit. Because right now, this doesn't really seem like that much, like it's right here, but it might as well be right here. Okay, that's what it feels like. Oh. Oh. Oh, I had a first take where I did my intro, but I was wearing a tank top, but I was looking way too huge. I didn't want to scare people away. Some girl wrote a comment about. She says my pan is all beat up, and that's. He said it was beat the fuck up, which is more accurate than just saying beat up, and that it's probably releasing toxins into my food, and so I guess I might have to get a new one. If somebody donate some money, okay, for this donation tomorrow. There is another pan. There's a cast iron one. It weighs a ton. You could use it as a boat anchor. It would definitely be good in PUBG for blocking like those M20 rounds. You just put that on your butt and it'll block your, so you don't get shot. You'll be like, so you don't end up like Forrest Gump. See, if you're a Zoomer and you're watching this, you probably. I'm also a Zoomer, only 17, but I've watched a lot of movies, and so if you're watching this, then you gotta watch a few movies. There's a few movies you gotta watch. Okay, you gotta watch Blade Runner, Indiana Jones, all three of them. Yeah, just three of them, because they made other things that have Indiana Jones in the title. Do not watch those. Okay, I watched Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. That one movie sucked, and there's a new one. I'm not gonna even. I hope I never even see. I've only seen the poster for it. That's enough for me. What else do you gotta watch? The Matrix. Okay, I think that's the best movie ever. The first Matrix movie. Terminator, Terminator 2. I even like Terminator 3. Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's not. It's just, that's not one of the best. That's not up there with those other ones, but it's a good movie. I feel like I'm gonna barf when I finish this. How's the gut looking? Oh, it's hanging out with the pants a little bit. We got the wet nipple showing. I don't want to show that. There we go. How's the gut looking? So I did that little jingle before. That's a huge person. So. Oh. Oh. Oh shit. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. This is kind of like a mukbang, but it's not disgusting. Or you see that like disgusting fat silly Billy Nico Cotto avocado. That guy is grotesque. I don't know how people tune into that. Oh, ugh. It's the shameless I mean, this is kind of gluttony, but we're doing it. It's for a bigger cause, literally. Okay. Oh, that's a horrible looking. How does it feel that big compared to the gut? Okay, what do we got? One more drink, one more sip. My stomach actually hurts now. I found it. Oh. Oh. Disgusting. There's another disgusting guy. LA Beast. It's not like, he's not that gross, but eating like 60-year-old food, pieces of food for money, I guess. The best one is when he smashes through a door, and then what does he do? He like smashes these empty beer cans on his head, and then he rams through a door. Takes him 2 tries, and then or he just like he knocks a hole through the top half, and then falls into the next room, and then he lays a 2x4 across the arm of his couch and his coffee table, and then he does a nut buster on that. Nut busters are always good. Oh my goodness. Oh, my stomach does not feel good. Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Gut check. All right, is that looking pretty good? 6-pack still there? Great. Okay, good. Oh my goodness. Oh, man. Oh man, being a boomer sucks. Oh boy. You jelly or what?